I've been involved with the keto diets ever since I started my interest in medicine, because after all, back then in the late 60s, early 70s, Robert Atkins ruled. Robert Atkins is the most important person when it comes to low carb diets. Robert Atkins was known as the guy who recommended bacon, butter, and cheese. Robert Atkins is also a guy who suffered from significant atherosclerosis. It's not a healthy diet, to say the least. Scientific research is so overwhelming that a diet of meat, even poultry and fish, a diet that's deficient in plants, a diet high in fat, is a dangerous diet. Heart disease, diabetes, various kinds of cancers, and so on. It would fill a library, the information that condemned the Atkins diet. In fact, I had Robert Atkins on my radio show one time. Twice I had him on my radio show. I believe one of the interviews is still up on our website. And I asked him, I said, Dr. Atkins, you're saying that your diet does the same thing that the diet I recommend does. And that's to lower the blood sugar, cause people to lose weight, et cetera, et cetera. I said, but there are a couple of things that we both agree on. I said, one is that your diet makes everybody constipated, or at least 70% of the people constipated, like you report in the research. And everybody, all doctors that I'm aware of, condemn what you suggest. A lot of doctors, my colleagues, have jumped on board on these low-carb diets, but they have on one hand all the bulk of the literature that says the very things recommended by Atkins, bacon, butter, and cheese, and other animal foods will make you sick. So they have this particular dichotomy out here, and they had to figure out what to do to answer to the public when they ask. Well, how can you sell such a dangerous diet to the public? And they said, well, we're going to compensate for it. And the way we're going to compensate for it is we're going to still make it low carb, but we're going to serve a lot more fat and a lot of plant foods that are low carb. And these low carb plant foods are your high fat plant foods, like your nuts and seeds and avocados. That would be low fat. Also, they serve, part of this camp serves fake food. And so they feed foods that look like the previous animal products they used to eat. Like, for example, they have fake burgers made of soy, fake hot dogs made of soy, whereas 70% of the calories are from protein. And that's low carb. And then you have the fake cheeses, which are 90% fat. That's low carb. So they've tried to acquiesce to the bulk of the scientific literature that says the Atkins diet kills people. In fact, subsequent scientific research has proven, multiple studies and review studies, absolutely proven that if you eat these low-carb diets, you have an increased risk of dying, increased risk of heart attacks, heart surgeries, etc. The evidence is beyond any question that these are dangerous diets, but they keep focusing on things that people know are true and important. That's the way that liars act, is they give you a little bit of truth to make you think that they've got a positive, honest message and they've really looked into it. But they just give you a little truth to take you off guard is what they do. And you fall into the rest of the propaganda. Anyway, they're not a healthy diet. You can't compensate taking a high-fat, low-carb dairy or meat product and turn it into health food by putting a side of carrots off to the side. Not going to do it.